Alright, working on the old truck bed again today, and we're making good progress. I haven't been filming it because most of it's been pretty dull and boring. But what I have done is I finished these side panels, and they're smooth as glass, flat as can be. Flatter than they've ever been, even from the factory, because when they punched them out at the factory, they were far from flat. But anyway, we got all four corners done. And my next move is I'm going to do these wheel wells, and this one here is in good shape. And what I mean by that is when they welded this angle iron on the bottom, it's square, you know, and it's where it should be. But on this one here, when they welded that bottom fender well, it's a little cattywampus, and it bothers me. It's probably only out maybe a 1/4 inch. I don't know. I'll have to measure it, but let me show you what we're up against here. Alright, first I put one of the planks in. This is one of the planks that's going to go in there. This is going to be the floor. And I got this big level here. And I'm doing this with one hand, so be easy on me, So we got this board perfectly square. I'm going by the back of the truck here. Oh! Like I said, I'm doing this with one hand. But anyway, take my word for it. I got this board perfectly square with the back of the truck. And that's okay with me. That's close enough. So, watch your step. Come on, let's climb up into the truck here. Alright. Now, the measurement doesn't mean anything here as long as it's equal front to back. Like I say, it's just laying there. That's not where it's going to go. I don't know if you can see the measurement here with the reflections and stuff, but it looks like we got 1 9/16, right, from front to back on that side here, and 1 9/16 here. So like I say, that's perfect. Now let's set it up on the other side and see what kind of measurement we get. See how far off that wheel well is. Alright, I got the board on the other side here, and got our level on it, and we got that board squared up, and I was pretty close. It's about a 1/4 inch off. It doesn't sound like much, but when everything is all said and done, and everything is square and straight, and then you got, you know, a wheel well that's a 1/4 inch out, you know, I would notice that. Probably nobody else would, but you know, it's easy enough to fix while we're here. So like I say, this board is straight, and if you look down here, you got 1 3/4 inches. Remember, the measurement itself doesn't mean anything as long as they're both equal. So that's 1 3/4 inches. And then right here you got about 1 5/8 inches. And then right here it starts at 1.5 inches. And all the way down here it's about 1.5 inches. So it's actually out a 1/4 inch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the plasma cutter and just cut along this crease right to about here where it's 1 3/4 inches, and then just push that in and tack it back in place, and that'll solve that problem. Then we can attack this. We can strip this down and do all the body work on that. So that's where we're at. So let me go get the plasma cutter and see what we can do. I was just looking at this mahogany in the sunlight. Boy, what a beautiful piece of lumber that is. You know, almost silvery under there. You know, goldish. Yeah. Everybody's wondering why I went with mahogany. Is because this used to be an old deck. You know, a deck in the back of the house, and Daddy Dirt Bike gave this stuff to me. I don't know what this stuff cost. It probably cost a fortune, but you know, and like I say, it's 1 inch thick. So it's gonna look good when it's done. I got stainless steel things. I put the little slit in there, and we got the stainless steel pieces to go in between them, so it's going to look good. Alright, let's get some work done instead of yapping. Alright, we cut that with the plasma cutter, and actually pulled the self back a little bit, but I could actually, right now, I could move that bitch where I want to, you know. I could pull that in half, the 1/4 inch I need, or hit it with this big wall paint. But you know, so I'm going to set the board up and put a spacer in there, and we'll make this and the same distance from the other end there. Alright, we'll see you there. Alright, yeah, I clamped my board in there so it was square to the bed, and what I did is I took this 1x4, which is actually 3.5 inches, and I put it over here, and I don't know if you got how well you guys can see all those reflections and stuff, because in the camera here it looks pretty bad. But anyway, I set this up so it was 3.5 inches away from here, and cut this all the way down, and you can actually see how it gets wider. So then I took that same block of wood and put it here, and we got our 3.5 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to weld this in place here so it don't move, and then in the middle here, you know, we still got some flex, you know. You see there, that's like 3 1/4. So once I weld the 2 ends in there, we got plenty of play here. So we just move that and tack that down where we want it. So so everything's looking good. Now I think I'm gonna have to put a little piece of metal in there, because we got a pretty good gap there. So I'm gonna have to find a piece of steel to stick in behind there. All right, let's do some welding and get this thing done. You can already see how much squarer this is, and flat instead of bulging out the way it was. So all right, we're happy with that. All right, yeah, we got that all welded up, and it's not pretty on the bottom there, but that gets covered by 1 inch of mahogany. But it is a lot straighter than it was, so I'm happy about that. Let's climb up here and take a look at it. I didn't grind it down yet. Once I grind it down, it'll look all right. But not bad. Not bad. All right. Let me hit that with a grinder and clean it up a little bit. And then we'll call it good for the day. The sun's coming down over the mountain there. All right. All right. We got it all ground down. Let's take a look at it. Not bad for what it is, right? And I'm happy with it. That 1/4 inch out bothered me since I owned the truck, so I'm glad we got that taken care of. All right, we're making a lot of progress on this thing. So maybe tomorrow we'll start beating out the dents on these fender wells and grind them down metal and start slopping them up. All right, see you guys tomorrow. Sun's even further down now. All right. All right, it's another day here, and I just got done banging this. Pretty much as good as I can get it, you know. And it looks pretty good, so it shouldn't take much plastic at all. I'm gonna do the whole thing, but you know, when it's all said and done, there's not gonna be much plastic on it. But this one's a little different. And, oh yeah, and here's what I was using. It's not an air chisel, it's actually a rivet gun, because you have a lot more control over it. A rivet gun can go slow, and I got a hammer shank in there, you know, with a round end on it. And these here, you know, you can actually go tap tap tap, or really bang. You know, you got, like I say, you got much control. You can just do that a little bit at a time, or else you can rip it, you know. But you don't want to do that with sheet metal. And it'd be nice if I can get both hands on this, you know, like put a dolly on top and reach under it with a hammer and stuff, but I can't. I can only get one side at a time. So, like I say, this one here, it's got a pretty big dent right here. I don't know how well you can see this. marker here. But this one's pretty good. That's about 1/2 inch, 3/4 in, and then you got a little dent right here. I started beating some of it out here, and like I say, after I beat it out, you know, I'll level it a little bit, but I can't get a hammer and dolly on at the same time. So, and then here's another one right here. You know, these little ones right here. You see this dent here is actually making a bulge here. This is sticking out, and this is pretty thick sheet metal. I don't know exactly what it is, but back in the day it was pretty good. I'd say it's at least 18 gauge. All right, and then the little ones. Some of these little ones I might not even try to bang out, but this one on the side, got a big one on the side here, and I might be able to get that with a hammer and a dolly, because it's right here. I just got to get in the right position. So, all right, I'll set you up on a tripod. I'm not going to set you up on a truck because we know what happened last time. So let me see if I can find a tripod for you, and then we'll beat them out, grind them down, and slop them up. You know, I'm going to have to dig this fiberglass out here because we're doing the welding and it got pretty hot, you know, and I'm sure that was compromised. So we'll dig that out. Even when we don't dig it all out, we can dig enough of it out that we can fill that pocket. That's all that fiberglass is doing, is filling a pocket. All right. Yeah, here's a better angle. You can actually see how much that's dented in, like right here. I'll come down here. See, like big swell. So, all right. You're gonna need hearing protection for this because it's gonna get pretty loud. But yeah, when I'm under here, I could actually put my hand on this, and I could feel the dent from underneath because it's gonna be going so slow. And I could actually move this and see it from the top and go. It's not like I'm just shoving it up there and letting this thing beat all around. So this is pretty precise. So let's get under there. Put your hearing protection on. I got mine, and let's see what we can do. It's coming out all right. Let's try this one here. Alright, yeah, that came out pretty good. Alright, just about perfect there. Got one right here, a little ding. I don't know how well it's going to work on that. Worked pretty good. Alright, yeah, it worked out. I didn't think it was going to take that one out because it's so small, but worked good. Same with this one. This one is that one's pretty good. Alright, let me get that one, this one, and this one. And then, yeah, it came out nice. I didn't realize you got one back here too. Alright. Alright, I think we got pretty much all the dents we can get out. We got them all out. We had to resort back to this, it's an 1.25 inch solid steel round stock, about 3 foot long, and you know, I was able to get underneath here, suit up so I didn't get all that stuff in my eyes and my head and my face and everything, and sort of bang it. You know, it was a little too tough for my little rivet gun, even though it's a strong rivet gun. You know, that's not what it was meant for. I wonder if I bet you my air chisel might have done that. Who knows? Who knows? It's done now, right? Alright, yeah, we got that just about flush. It's not perfect, but nothing a little fiberglass couldn't fill in. And these dents here, they all came out nice. And when I took these out, I was able to flatten this. It was like a little belly bulge here, and that worked out nice. So this fender we got, or I called it a fender, didn't I? This wheel well is as good as we're going to get it. So we're going to grind it down completely and do the whole thing. The well down here is going to get all fiberglass only because I'm going to fair it in. We call that faking in the business. So we're just going to fake it and make this whole piece look good. And like I said, I got to dig this out and put new fiberglass in there. So, all right, here we're happy with that. And like I say, come on over to this one. This one over here is pretty good. Just felt a little dent. Might even leave that dent in there. Who knows? All right, let's get some work done. I might just do one at a time instead of grind them all up. Do one and slop it up, and then worry about the other one another day. All right, because it's getting late. All right, yeah, I got that cleaned up. I ground down the edge there, and in some spots there's hardly a transition at all. You know, but it is what it is, right? And I got that cleaned up. I'm happy enough with it. I took a needle gun and hit this to get all what little slag was left from whoever welded that with a stick. And then I got the Dremel with a little die grinder on it and got in all the little nooks and crannies and stuff. So let's say it's about 99.9% clean. And like I say, we're happy with it. So I'm going to just slap some fiberglass on there to fill the gap. Also to keep water from penetrating the putty that goes on here. Alright, slop some up. It's getting late. The sun's starting to go down. Alright. I even ground this up here, you know, because about a 1/16 of a swale. 1/16 of an inch swale. So we'll get that up there too if we have some left over. Alright. Yeah, we got the fiberglass on there and we're happy with it. So the sun's just about down and we're going to call it a day. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, it's the next day and it's beautiful out here. It's about 72 degrees, November 10th. It's usually around 50 something, 60, but it's late in the day because I had something to do this morning, but we still got a couple hours. I think it's about 2 o'clock, 2:30. So I think I'm going to we'll grind that down to metal, that whole wheel well, and then cover it with plastic, and we'll go from there. Alright, yeah, we got that all stripped and ground down, and I flattened out some of the areas, make it a little easier, and shaped it up a little better. So alright, we're going to slap some putty on there because it's going to rain tomorrow and get colder, and we only got about 45 minutes of daylight left, so let's do it. Alright, we got that all covered, watched up. Alright, yeah, it's not pretty, but like I say, I'm trying to beat the clock here. Sun's down over the mountain there. So like I say, it's not pretty. I didn't get a chance. I would have cheese grated it all, you know, that way I would have seen all the high spots and everything. But hey, we're okay. And the middle don't get done. That gets cleaned up later. That's why I didn't put any there. But we're happy with that. I don't know how long this video is, but it's going to be a while before we get a chance to work on this again. Maybe 3 days. They're talking 3 days of rain. Then it's going to get colder, so I don't know. 3 days, maybe a week. So I don't know when we'll see you guys, but I'm gonna, like I say, oh, what's up? We're gonna call this one good. What do you say? Enough of this? All right. Enough of this.